It really changes the way in which a team can play because you can now get wide open looks off the flare. And that play and the strong finish by Jordan is exactly what I'm talking about. All that was back cutting and passing.
Switch. Man in defensively. Irving, step back. Off the mark. Tapped home. DeAndre Jordan knocks it in off the window, and the Nets go up by 2.
In recent possessions, and the sidestep by Kyrie Irving bounces around, doesn't go in, but it's the anticipation of DeAndre Jordan just trying to get a hand on it, tip it towards the rim, keep the ball alive, and does so by seeing it go through the hoop. A critical play here for the Nets as they're trying to finish off this game.
Kevin Durant feeling it.
You know you're not going to get a quality shot. Don't try and go get an offensive rebound or any crazy. Just get in, get a shot, and don't have any type of nonsense happen.
Irving lob it up. Jordan reverse jam. Big finish for DeAndre.
Initially getting that shot off, taking his time, and just the activity. Irving gets in on it. Bruce Brown also around and then finds DeAndre Jordan. Reverse slam. And for as much.
Jeremy Grant off on the three-point attempt. Inside, DeAndre Jordan much more in his range.
The pass. Perfection. Finding his area in the paint and trying to take advantage.
DeAndre Jordan throws it down. No resistance from Detroit.
Defensive sequence by Detroit, but let's go back to this play by DeAndre Jordan. Mason Plumlee tries to go for the steal, and instead the rip through, the put down, keep it high. DeAndre Jordan, the throw down.
Irving. Oh, reverse jam on a special delivery from Kyrie to Jordan.
And then on the other end, Embiid, worried about Kyrie Irving, slow getting back. Bob, got him.
Let's keep the ball moving. Shabbat to the roller. Oh, Jordan rises up. That's a man's jam.
That's the screen, rolls. Look at
Joe Harris, one of the best three-point shooters in the game. Yeah. This is why it's DeAndre Jordan. KD and Harden were balling without Kyrie. James Harden rolled out of bed looking like a hot mess, showed up fat, and he and KD looked great together. So everyone says, oh, Kyrie, that's going to be the issue. But since Kyrie's come back, there's still one of the best offenses we've ever seen. One of the best. And I expect by the end of this year, let me just be very clear, I expect this team to be the number one greatest offense of all time. 3 elite players who can get their shot at an elite level and hit it from all 3 levels, from anywhere. They're going to be and Joe Harris. What they need is defense. They haven't been playing defense. In fact, Steve Nash and DeAndre Jordan got into it. Teammates got into it. DeAndre Jordan, for all his size and still at his age, athletic ability, has not been very good defensively, and they need him to be the anchor. I kept saying, Stephen A., since the trade, Jared Allen's gone, right? They're going to have to make a trade for a guy who can grab some defensive boards. Because even if you play some defense, you have a pretty good sequence. If you don't get the rebound, who cares? They got another chance to score. And the Nets really have a problem there. When you're playing Jeff Green at the 5, you have a real problem. But DeAndre Jordan, what's he going to do? Give you 12, 15 okay minutes or 20 minutes that aren't so great anymore in the modern NBA? He played real defense last night. Miles Turner didn't do anything. And DeAndre Jordan actually also scored. But the main thing was the defensive presence. When he can be the eraser in the paint for any mistakes, when he has it together defensively and is communicating with his teammates, the Nets actually have the answer they're looking for. We know what we're going to get from KD and James Harden, and on the court, even Kyrie Irving for all the off-the-court stuff. Kyrie's impossible when he's on the court. Look at him last night. You can't stop him. Joe Harris, one of the best shooters in the league, period. Those 4 guys, ridiculous. Jeff Green can't play the 5 and have defense. You're not going to have a defensive unit. If DeAndre Jordan can play like that on this roster, that's actually the key. Because, Stephen A., Right now, since the Harden trade, they're the worst defensive unit team of all time. Lowest defensive efficiency per 100 possessions of all time. And no team in the last 20 years has won a finals being below 11th, let alone the last of all time. DeAndre Jordan on this roster is the key.
Look, I'm not trying to disrespect DeAndre Jordan because, first of all, he had 12 points, 13 rebounds last night. That's good. He should do something close to that every single night. And obviously, with Jared Allen being gone, there's an elevated level of responsibility that he has to have. I get that. But this team is going where the hell Kevin Durant takes them. It's Kevin Durant. He's the key. Because you're not just talking about his 29.5 points a game, his near 53% shooting from the field, his near 45% shooting from three-point range. You're not even talking about that. We know he's unstoppable. We know Kyrie Irving is just a showstopper and box office. And James Harden can play that point guard spot, and he can deliver. And he's showing a level of selflessness that we are not giving James Harden enough credit for. He's going there. He's fitting in. He's feeding the ball to Kyrie, letting Kyrie shoot twice as many times than him half the nights they play, et cetera, et cetera. It's no problem whatsoever. Let's give James Harden credit on that level, because this is a guy that averaged 30 over the last 3 seasons, at least 28 over the last 5. But here's why Kevin Durant is the key. Everyone's here because of him. Period. Kyrie Irving's in Brooklyn because of him. James Harden's in Brooklyn because of him. Steve Nash, who has never coached on any level a day in his life, is the head coach of a championship contender with his first job in the coaching ranks, okay, because of Kevin Durant. And oh, by the way, bless you. And by the way, not only is he that guy, but let's take this into account as well. He's that guy. You know that he didn't have any kind of defensive background when he was a player. His lead assistant is Mike D'Antoni, who we give all the credit in the world to for his offensive brilliance. But don't get me started with Jamie Foxx imitations about how you got to take the D out of the, you got to take the D out of D'Antoni. At some point in time, he's got to figure out that you have to play defense at some time. Okay, that's Jamie Foxx's Cleveland A. Smith. Okay, that's what he said about Mike D'Antoni. We all know this. All of them are there because of Kevin Durant. You were in Golden State, winning championships. When you lost, it was because you tore your Achilles. Otherwise, you probably would have swept Toronto as far as I'm concerned, or at the worst, took them out in 5 games. You depart from there. You don't go back to Oklahoma City. You don't go to your hometown and the nation's capital and play with Bradley Beal or somebody. You don't go to Madison Square Garden. You go to Brooklyn. And everything that is there is because of Kevin Durant. So the onus is on him. Bump right there. That's very, very good on his part. Very, very good with the marketing stuff right there. Adrian Wojnarowski, very good. Also, Malika Andrews, I'm told, will be hosting this week, the rest of this week, The Jump. So we wish her nothing but the best. Having said all of that, let me say this. I mean, I got bad news for y'all. You know, Christmas Day, me and the family evidently going to be in L.A. You know what I mean? Be in L.A. You know what I'm saying? Because it's Brooklyn versus the Lakers. It's Brooklyn versus the Lakers. I guess I'm going to be at the Staples Center. I mean, I ain't missing that one. I ain't missing that game right there. This is what it's all about right here. Do y'all understand?
No snow on Christmas for you, Stephen A.
I mean, listen to me and the family, me and the girls, we're going to be right here in L.A. They'll get over it. They'll love it. But here's the deal. Do y'all have any idea how beautiful this season is going to be? I got 6 legitimate contenders in the Western Conference alone, okay? You got both L.A. squads. You got Denver, okay? You got Utah. I mean, Lord have mercy. I'm just looking at some of the stuff going on in the NBA. This might be the best season. I can't think of a season that I've looked forward to more. Because in the East, you got Milwaukee, Brooklyn's coming, all right? Philly can't be ignored. Atlanta put us on notice. Miami just got Kyle Lowry. Not Mike Lowry from Bad Boys, Will Smith. Not Mike Lowry. Kyle Lowry. They got Kyle Lowry with Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo coming back in the crew. Okay, I'm just looking. Boston got a new coach. You still got Tatum and Brown. You retained Smart, who, by the way, I think should have. I know he couldn't get more because of Max. Should have got more. I think he's worth more than the $77 million personally over 4 years. But having said all that, I can honestly tell you, I don't know. And knowing how badly Brooklyn and how badly America wants Brooklyn, LA, how badly Brooklyn probably wants LA, and LA probably wants Brooklyn, I don't know if I've ever looked more forward to an NBA season than the one we are about to embrace. I can't wait.
Well, listen, Stephen Naismith, while it is true that you love you some NBA basketball, and this game is taking place Christmas Day, Lakers-Nets in L.A. Yeah. You also are very, very fond of Aaron Rodgers, that bad man. In fact, you have branded yourself practically, when you think of Aaron Rodgers, I think of you saying that bad man.
He is
and the Cleveland Browns are playing the Packers also Christmas Day. Maybe you should go to Green Bay. Maybe you should go to Green Bay. You know what? I think it's best that I go to L.A. for the Lakers and Nets. And I'm a Lakers fan after all. And as such a big Rodgers guy, maybe you should go to Green Bay for Green Bay and Cleveland. What do you think?
You know, I went to a doctor. I got examined by a doctor earlier, earlier in the week. And they just said that, my body with the cold weather, it's not really. I see. We don't
that
vibe,
West Indian blood.
So it's important for my health, my spirit.
I should go to Green Bay.
Hey,
Stephen, I want to show you something.
It's good that I'm in LA and I watch Green Bay and Cleveland on television. That's what the plan will be.
Here's the thing. I don't think there are any contenders in the Western Conference or the Eastern Conference if Brooklyn and L.A. are healthy. I think they're pretenders. Great teams. Oh. But if L.A. is healthy, I think they're going to the finals.
I think if Kawhi gets healthy, the Clippers are contenders.
I
think if Kawhi gets healthy,
I'm assuming that Kawhi
and Jamal Murray gets healthy, Denver's a contender.
But I don't think they're ultimately, I don't think they're going to beat the Lakers. I agree there are more contenders in the Western Conference. If Brooklyn's healthy, good luck, everybody. Good luck, everybody. But I want to show everyone. Can you see this? This is what SportsCenter put out on Twitter. And you have Brooklyn. You're seeing.
You can hold it up.
Look at that. Kyrie and KD and James Harden and Blake Griffin and L.A., LeBron James, Carmelo, and Westbrook and AD. And guys, I guess Carmelo is the one farthest from his prime, and you can still see he can play. Blake Griffin seemed to fall off, but then he posterized Giannis, so actually his game is probably as effective as ever.
I have a problem with that photo.
What's that?
I have a problem with that photo.
What's that?
What the hell is Blake Griffin doing being the most prominent face on that picture?
I'm saying I like the composition of the photo. I hear you. If you want to do it relative to their importance, he'd be the smallest.
It should have been KD or LeBron or listen, even Russ or Kyrie.
What are you, the Grinch
Blake
who stole
Griffin is
sports
the most
Christmas?
prominent face?
Stop being the Grinch who stole sports Christmas.
He is the Grinch.
This is a great picture. You're nitpicking.
It.
My point is, like Westbrook, LeBron, AD, Harden, KD, and Kyrie are all more or less as good as they've ever been. Like they're still among the very best players in the game. And Blake and Carmelo are still really good. Like,
is that your screensaver?
Maybe I should make it. What a game, Christmas Day. What a treat. And then Browns and Packers too. What, like, Christmas can't come soon enough. Like Christmas indeed.
I will say this. I do have a complaint. Okay.
What?
First of all, let's make sure if we're the Brooklyn Nets, let me send a message to Sean Marks and Steve Nash and the crew. Could you make sure you wear your black uniforms? I don't know where the hell y'all got those blue Nets uniforms from. What the hell is that about? Get
Sky blue and red.
You in Brooklyn. You in Brooklyn, okay? It's black or white. Black or white. The white with the black trims or the black with the white trims. That's the outfit. Get rid of them damn blue uniforms.
Brooklyn was
looking
always
like you
more
showing
colorful.
up to a Carolina game or something.
Brooklyn was always more colorful than Uptown. If we're talking about New York style, it was Uptown that kept it monochromatic and dark a lot of times. Brooklyn was always more colorful.
Brooklyn's one of the boroughs